I want you to think about the last great meal that you had, and hopefully it wasn't that long ago. Maybe it was a big birthday dinner, Thanksgiving or Christmas, but I want you to think about a time when you were done with a meal and you had to push yourself away from the table because of how satisfied you were. That's a really wonderful feeling, isn't it? When we have a delicious dinner, if it's at a holiday with family or friends, and you get that feeling in your belly like you couldn't stuff another bite. You know what I'm saying? That feeling of satisfaction is something that I think we get in our souls when we approach God in prayer by reading the Psalms. The book of Psalms is 150 chapters in the Old Testament, and when you crack open a standard Christian Bible, it's right there in the middle. It's the prayer book of the Bible. I believe that when we approach the Psalms in a posture of prayer, it has the power, by God's grace, to fill our souls in the same way that a great meal satisfies our bodies. But how do we do that? This week, the psalm we're focusing on is Psalm 32. And for several weeks now, up until Easter, we're going to be taking one psalm a week. And so I want to encourage you this week to feast on the 32nd psalm. One way to get into this practice is to take it slowly. Just like you would take a nice meal bit by bit, bite by bite, you approach these psalms in the same way, that you take each verse as it comes. But then you go back and you read it again and ask God to give you whatever God thinks you need. When you go out to fine dining, often people ask what the chef is recommending. I wonder if we approached God in our prayers the same way. If we don't even know what our soul needs and we simply ask God to give us what God thinks we need. I believe that the Psalms have the power to give us from God whatever word we need through the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. So I want to challenge you this week to take it slowly, give yourself some time, and to try praying a psalm. In the 32nd psalm, this is what jumped out at me when I went to feast on this psalm myself. It's in the 7th verse. It says, "You are my hiding place." And so in this prayer from David, he's calling God his hiding place. Now we humans have a good way of hiding when we've done something wrong or when we're scared of something. When you go back into the beginning of the Bible, Adam and Eve hid from God after their original act of disobedience. But here, who knows how long later, David in this prayer refers to God as his hiding place. That means that something dramatic has happened between God and humanity. That instead of hiding from God, now God is David's hiding place. And so maybe for you, this practice of praying the Psalms can be a way of making God your hiding place when things aren't going right, when you're stressed out about work, when your family's driving you nuts, to make God your hiding place. One way to do that is by feasting on the Psalms. Take care and God bless.